With schools cutting budgets, educators are looking online to find the types of tools that teach effectively and are cost efficient. Joining the balancing act in our Parent-Teacher Corner is Elise Ruiz-Ramon from Madcap Logic and Robert Monson, president of the National Association of Elementary School Principals. They're here to discuss the importance of including art lessons in your child's curriculum as part of the learning experience. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here.
Great to be back.
Elise, and welcome back. That's right, Rob. Let me start with you. Tell me, what is art education?
Art education at its best is going to promote visual literacy skills in children and give them a great sense of self-esteem, teach them collaborative thinking processes, and really get them engaged to be lifelong learners. There's a common misconception based upon a lot of parents' exposure to arts when they were younger that it's about turning a piece of clay into a dinosaur or building a house out of popsicle sticks. When in point of fact, in the creative process, you look at higher order learning concepts and tap into different parts of a child's learning exposure. And it can be a very powerful tool.
And I think that powerful tool really helps in the long run for children. Wouldn't you agree, Rob?
Certainly. Art education helps children draw on past experiences, and research shows that teaching and learning is enhanced through art education. It kind of opens up students' minds to other things that they may not be thinking about that they're going to be doing in the future, you know, their hidden talents, per se. And 21st century skills are going to be extremely valuable for these students in the workforce, and it's going to teach them critical thinking, collaborative teamwork, and you know, the arts help do that.
And I think it's a major plus, I have to be honest with you. Now, how is this cross-curricular, Elise?
It's cross-curricular for two reasons. First, in the way children think about things. If you're going to teach them to be lifelong learners, they need to learn that they're going to face questions that may have more than one answer. They need to look at problem solving. They need to analyze and use disparate information in order to form solutions. Art education teaches this. It's also that they can take then into the classroom with them and use that in a broad range of subjects. It's cross-curricular also in content. Their exposure to arts teaches them about science, math, history, all sorts of other topics, and it's all rolled up into one. Therefore, they go into the other classes and they're familiar with the subject content.
Now, when did schools start cutting back on art ed?
Partly because of No Child Left Behind. It became easy through standardized testing to force into the background subject content that was not easily testable or accessible by teachers.
And I know for a fact, because I've seen it happen in my school, Rob, and maybe you can correct me, but I know, you know, tighter budgets and money's tight, and that's why this is happening. But a lot of educators really want to kind of bring it back, don't they?
Certainly, and as an elementary principal in a building, you have a lot of influence on helping guide that. And working with your teachers, having them bring in art to the classroom through center work or just auxiliary to whatever else they're doing is extremely important, and I think that can enhance the education all the way around.
So is it almost like trying to find a different avenue, if you will, because of these tighter budgets where art education has been cut, asking the teachers, hey, let's try to be creative? No pun intended?
Yes, absolutely.
Seriously.
Yes.
And what about parents? What can parents do to help out this situation? Because, you know, I know a lot of things are important at school, but I think at home we can play a bigger role.
I think parents absolutely need to be involved. They need to pay attention the same way they do for other subjects, but they can also work with children after school. You can do home crafts, you can go to museums, you can go to concerts, theater, and really promote the type of thinking that allows them to explore themselves.
Great idea.
And realize that the world is a place that they need to be engaged in, find their own individual self-expression, and foster that and nurture that in your child.
And Rob, have you done anything as a parent? I know you're a principal, but have you done things with your children to kind of enhance that, or other kids that you know?
Absolutely. We find, you know, our three boys, we find their strong points and certainly encourage them to keep working on them.
And how do we reverse this trend, if we ever can? Can we?
I believe we can.
Yeah.
I think it's possible to do. I think that low-cost, efficient solutions work very well for parents and for schools. And with Creativity Express, we can come into the classroom and provide, through internet access, a very affordable web-based solution to provide visual learning, visual literacy skills for children, and use fine arts as a springboard to get them ready to create, innovate, and become what the next generation needs to do to critically be problem solvers in a 21st century economy.
Great information. Thank you so much for what you're doing. Before I say goodbye. Who are these little fellows here?
These are the three characters that are the art guides in the program. In the middle you have Furnace, and you have Ruby on the right, and she is the big sister of Tickles. And they allow the children to emotionally connect to the content. And in effect, the children relate to the characters, and through the characters they become engaged and have better retention of the concepts presented. It's a very effective form of learning, and also very fun.
Ah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Are you going to take these guys home?
We have some to share.
Thank you again. And if you want more information on art education and what you do for your children's art education as well, just go to madcaplogic.com. That's madcaplogic.com. And if you want to see this segment again, just visit thebalancingAct.com.